sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
absolutely, yeah.
So, thank you for your advocacy.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. We're so glad to be there.
Whenever I can do a field trip, that's always a good thing.
Come with me.
So we're obviously here. Here's a map of the 4 closest fire halls. We've given copies of these to your staff. Yeah. So we're right here. There's the closest fire hall. So the closest fire hall is right over there.
Yeah.
So here's the map from the city with the plan.
How are you?
And we're standing right here.
Pleasure. Yeah.
So as you can see, it says they're going to put a traffic diverter here. Like this. And eastbound traffic must turn onto 96. So the fire trucks, they all come through.
Isaac Lammer, True North. Pleasure.
Community. And the fire trucks can have come the other way.
Right. Which way?
Well, they're putting a bike lane on this street. So all of the fire trucks will have to go that way and find their way. Plus there's 2 more traffic diverters. So if they make a mistake and turn here, like, oh no, how are we gonna get through? We gotta go this way and around. And, oh, we hit another one, oh no, right?
They can barely get their trucks.
With these narrow streets already.
Yeah. I have a few clients. I have the salon right here.
I'm Devin, by the way.
Bernadette.
Hi, Bernadette. Nice to meet you.
So I get all the skinny, even on the ones that didn't come out because they're either too sick or it's too hard for them.
Right.
But either which way, I hear at least 5 to 7. That's an underestimation. Of
The fire trucks.
Vehicles in this neighborhood.
Every
and when
day?
they phone 911, the fire truck has to get here first. They always do, right? And I see them all the time backing up and trying to get through. But I also see now on 122nd where they've got middle meridians. And there's a bus stop right here.
Right.
And it's so narrow. Like that's an accident waiting to happen. What we expect a fire truck to come down to 20 kilometers an hour. They have to be able to access quickly. And even the ambulances, they're quite wide in consideration.
Well, and even from a business perspective too, like obviously
They're
the,
taking
on the
away my
emergency
parking
side.
again. Now they did that on 122nd Ave. In 16 years I've been there, they have spent millions of dollars 3 times ripping that avenue apart. And of course, damaged my business completely. We had to rebuild each time. And then COVID hit, trying to rebuild again. And now I hear they're going to put a bike lane right down the side street. where my
Bernadette's
shop
right here
is.
on the
And
map.
so the lane comes.
Yeah.
So now they can park in the front, but it's only a lane and a half. So when they open their door, and a lot of them are older now, I've been doing this 49 years,
Yeah.
they're opening it into traffic. So I have to run out there and hold the traffic back while they get in their vehicle.
And then even
now there's no
crossing.
side exit.
Right, because even crossing, you could then have cyclists coming from the other angle. So it's live traffic on the left side.
Ah,
Yeah. Hi, Devin. Nice to meet you. Hi, very nice to meet you.
Giovanni has a handicap parking spot. She's
Yeah,
concerned
and
about
we are concerned because the street is more narrow than this one. And when they try to park, there is no space to go through. No ambulance, not the fire truck, and we have a school close by. And the school bus, it's hard to go through.
Right.
So we have a lot of problem. And there's a park in the back. The back is a lot of crime.
I
We
brought
can
you
park in the back.
printouts
Because
of kind of
we
the
have
stuff that
it
happens in
every
the
day.
alley.
In the back alley?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this man chased a man with a sword and got bear banged in the face.
We scare at night or
We're
in the
scared.
morning, or whatever, to go out with the car in the back. So how is it has to park in the back when it's not safe for us? We are seeing it.
all of it is not safe.
Tom
and that
also
was
has
never
a
considered.
handicap
You
parking
know,
spot.
it's to me a make work project. That was never really considered the neighborhood we're in. It's so quiet. There's no problem with a bike going down
No.
the street. And the bikes going around the street here are the drug dealers.
Exactly.
It's creating more problems than not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's give them some
Tom's got a handicap parking
Hi,
spot.
Tom. Devin. Very nice to meet you.
Vermonts.
And where you're
V
I live further down on 120th,
M-A-A-S.
96.
That's it.
And
Okay, great, thanks.
bike lane on this side's only going one
Oh,
way, apparently
nice
north.
to meet you.
But there's one that comes from 119th all the way
Yeah,
to
no, I got a
Yellowhead.
story,
It
wow,
goes both
from the
ways
time
on
I
the
bought
service
that
road.
building.
Right, right.
So
Pretty
this
much
is a waste of
years
money
ago.
for I can see.
Like, even to the
Yeah,
banks
you
that
can't
single
cross
female
Yellowhead
over
anywhere but
55 and
97th
self-employed has no
82nd.
credibility, by the
So
way.
why would you want
Doesn't
to
matter
run
what
people up
your
here to the
credit is.
wall when you got to
You
go
get
there
dropped
anyway?
on
Yeah,
the
how is it
Where the
that
bike lane exists.
Like, how is that after 40
No,
Yeah,
years of
these,
self-employment?
Yeah, bike lane.
I know.
know.
How does that
There's a
work?
shared use pathway on the 97th
There's a lot of
Street
right now
service
going
Okay,
road.
for
And
somebody
they're
who
gonna put
doesn't
a
have
protected bike lane on this
Parkinson,
street too.
how he gonna walk to a
Makes no
bike?
sense.
It's already
Disrupt all
there.
these people for what? Waste
This
money
is
for
for the
what?
Lafarge
It's
people
already there.
that have all the houses
And what did
paid
the
and
Edmonton Council?
after it's project. It's all
We're
right.
too stupid to
That's all
understand
it
their
is.
infrastructure.
Well, due to the technical nature of this, they're unable to consult us.
Right here
Um,
tells you.
Or that it was too technical?
Yes, it was too technical. And
This came from them?
Yeah, I sent Ashley email 7 weeks later. She told me that the transportation people would look after it. They never answered my question. Because she was on the news and she said 97th Service Road is too busy. She said that on TV. So I asked for the traffic count. They didn't do a traffic count.
Right.
But he's saying, transportation says it's like just a smooth transition right through. But it's not, because up here you have to go over there anyways. So either way, there's a track, you know, you have to.
And we weren't consulted. You know,
I haven't
if
gotten
we
any
had been,
maps,
if our
nothing.
community had been consulted and people around here said we want a bike lane, we wouldn't be here. We're reasonable people. But we weren't consulted, and any time we bring that up with the city, they say, well, we consulted 1% of Edmonton's population in 2019. And they said this is what they want.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that was, so I met with Mayor Sohi today, and he said the exact same story, that it was the bigger, broader consultation of $100 million worth of bike lanes, but no one knew exactly where they were. And so now that they're now implementing the bike lanes, to say that, well, they've got approval of this and that people want this in their community, they haven't actually done a local consultation. And that he
Yeah.
even admitted to that
Nobody
today,
said anything.
which, you know, was frustrating. And another of the traffic counts, that was another issue that I brought up. As the provincial government, if any developer or any municipality wants to add a new road, we ask for a traffic impact assessment to show what's the traffic count, what's the traffic in the area, what's the neighboring area look like in the network, how will that be impacted by whatever new development. But bike lanes in and of themselves on roads are regressive. They go the other way. It reduces capacity.
That's it,
So
yeah.
to not have a traffic count on where they're going to put bike lanes, how will they even know that they're effective if they don't do it?
There's a school, there's gonna be nowhere for the school.
Yeah,
people to
halfway,
park.
half a block away.
Well, they park in front of the school, but for them to maneuver,
We've had
You
two
know?
And so where's that
vehicles.
traffic impact assessment? And they
we
haven't-
have friends with mobility issues. Where are they gonna park? They've cut even more on our side, plus the whole other side. Why are they cutting parking on our side too?
And so, sorry, the Active Transportation Network Expansion team that said that they did not request traffic counts for this. That was, this is all you've got for them? Like, they haven't given a rationale of why?
Well, all they say is it was chosen to replace the majority of the service road because of its seamless tie-in. Because on 119th Ave, it's on our street, like 96th Street where it goes south. But on 119th Ave, the bike lane goes right to 97th.
Right.
So all they have to do is come off the existing bike lane on 97th and scoot around. Because they have to scoot around here to go onto the Yellowhead.
Yeah, well,
So what's the difference?
and this has always been my opinion, is, you know, I'm not against cycling, and I'm not against bike routes, but they have to make sense. So
It's there already. It's
then
a
we have to
waste
be
of money.
consulted.
yeah, because the LRT going into Churchill, there's a nice bike path that's along the LRT route that doesn't take over any driving lanes. And there's certain areas in the city that you'll have your transmission lines, where if you can put a bike path or bike route in there, that's not taken away from traffic and taken away
Where
from
it's
road lanes.
dangerous.
Exactly. So that's what has always gotten me, is why both Edmonton and Calgary have been adamant to take over driving lanes, parking lanes, roads that have been designed by an engineer to accommodate for everybody that lives here. Why remove that? Why would we take that away?
Well, when they redid this avenue and they took away a lane, when I phoned and I got all the way to the architect being upset that my clients were going to be opening their door into traffic, She thought there was still 4 lanes there.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
they take it out.
So, yeah, we got a bit of a problem in that regard. But also, they said the reasoning for doing all of this was to slow traffic down. Well, don't we want to keep things moving along nicely? So what happens is the buses now hold everybody back. There's nowhere to get around. And then when people finally get around, they're pissed off at this point. And that's when they slam on the gas at about this point at 95th Street, right? Because they finally are like frustrated.
Well, and
There's a difference between smooth flow and frustration.
exactly. Well, and I even asked too with Edmonton dropping their speed limit, generally down to 40. What's the safety?
Well, that's
If
it
they've
was
already,
good.
right? How has that not been a safety parameter that goes with this?
Why would you be putting more infill in these neighborhoods and cut the traffic out?
And take away parking when you're gonna have more people
exactly.
living.
Well, yeah, eventually we're all going to be taking the LRT because that's also what I was told when I asked about all of it.
But you're saying the speeding doesn't help anyway because nobody's implementing it. And my husband keeps track of that in our neighborhood, and he can tell you how many speeders we have. And we send it to the police every month. And they have a chat, but nobody will do anything, and some of them are doing 80, 90 down the
Well,
road.
a lot of times it's a
Yeah.
ghost vehicle.
Stop
you
the
guys.
destruction of Dunluce.
That's
I've
us,
heard
yeah,
of you.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're
it's-
getting a multi-use pathways everywhere.
That we don't need.
We don't need.
Yeah, see, I'm watching because my bedroom window is right on 122nd Ave. A lot of these vehicles are ghost vehicles.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't know. You think somebody's just speeding down the Ave. But they're not. They're police.
Oh, but
And they keep a really tight rein in this area.
Yeah.
And they got really weird looking vehicles. Like a zooped up Camaro. And because they are usually involved in the deal. And then they catch them close to where they're getting the stuff, right? So you don't see the parameters of that. I do because SWAT was right in front of my place 4 times because of the house across the street.
yeah, see, in our neighborhood,
Yeah,
it's just
I got to know them.
Yeah, it's just speeders in our neighborhood, yeah.
And their vehicles.
the city won't do anything about it. We've even asked for the signs to be mounted on the light standards so they could have the speed on there.
So
They won't do it. Yeah, they won't do it.
So they think by putting multi-use pathways, it's going to slow people down.
No, it won't.
And we're getting it all around, like about how many people? Probably 500 people are going to lose parking because
More
of
than
multi.
that.
More than that.
There's handicap parking there that's being taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
And we signed a petition too. They're never mentioning our petition. We got over 700 people in Dunluce on this petition that don't want the renewal. We want like for like.
Yeah, we don't want the multi-use
And only
pathways.
28 people want it. So that's what they're going with is the 28 people. They won't mention our petition at all because they say it's illegal, but we didn't do it to be legal. We did it to make a point to them, and they won't listen.
And where is that out in the design construction?
It's finalized.
Well, that's what
Have
they
they
say.
started construction?
No,
No.
not until next year.
Okay.
They're doing
Next year, but-
alleys right now, and construction
Yeah.
starts in the spring.
Yeah, because that's helpful. Because something again that I brought up in there so
Yes.
was, what about existing, approved or
Yes,
construction
yes,
on bike
yes.
lanes? So he said that for Alberta Avenue and 132nd Avenue, because construction was already underway, the cost of stopping construction would cost in the millions.
They
which I said,
destroyed
People
that.
got paid off.
well, too,
Yeah.
I said, what?
Yeah,
if it has to get
they did.
undone,
My dad
what
was
is
a
the cost of
contractor.
that?
I watched this as a kid.
Yeah.
So
Make
that's
work projects.
So that's an issue, but he did commit to that any future lanes would have traffic impact assessment numbers, that they would actually provide that to the province to be able to show is
They
is
did
it,
not
is it
know
valid or
yeah,
not?
exactly.
So
they
that
did
was
none
new.
of that on ours either.
Okay, but that's fine and dandy, but he's gone in October.
Well, that's why there's the new council that's going to get elected. We'll
It'll
see.
be all brand new if we can help it.
It seems
I've-
like
I've-
they pushed this through faster.
They did.
Well, they're,
Because
yeah,
the
because of the
election's coming
election.
up.
Yeah.
Well, and I've
Instead
said,
of saying wait,
Yeah.
let's wait.
yeah, and I've said publicly that the problem is we don't want to have to pass legislation to make sure that bike lanes are being done in proper.
But you're
ways.
probably,
But-
yeah,
but
you're probably going to have
considering
to because they will not listen to us at all.
You know, with our neighborhood, we have so
everybody
many
got
safety
paid.
concerns because people are not going to be able to park beside their condos. So it's going to be constant walking. Everybody's dragging their groceries and kids
Across the street,
across
on
the
a busy street.
Across the street,
Yeah.
we're talking probably 500 people because of a multi-use pathway.
having to find parking elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Walk to
We're
the
going to have parking wars in our neighborhood. Yeah,
Oh yeah, this is.
we're going to
yeah.
have parking wars.
And then we've got winter time.
Oh,
Yeah,
And a lot of
yeah,
elderly
exactly.
people that cannot shovel
Yeah.
their driveway.
Exactly.
Then what?
Yeah.
Now we got a bunch of people stuck in their driveway, possibly freezing to death.
Well, then they're gonna have to
Because
walk.
people won't go in the alleys in this neighborhood because they're terrified.
Well, there was I was mentioning in my letter to you, there was a Supreme Court judgment where a family was trying to cross the street, and there was a big windrow that fell, and they sued the city, and they won, I don't know which city, but there is something in the Supreme Court.
Just being cognizant of your time, we are going to take questions with the media.
Sure.